This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Monday, December 2nd, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Today is Cyber Monday. Nationwide, consumers are expected to spend nearly $13 billion shopping online for Christmas gifts, adding to what analysts predict will be a decent holiday shopping season. Phil Powell, executive director of the Indiana Business Research Center at IU, says unlike previous years, inflation has been tamed.
Our emotions are worse than it really is out there. We've come through a tough slog with inflation. I mean, prices for food, gas, energy, rents, they've all gone up. And so I think that's why people feel worse than what we see in the marketplace right now. But the data suggests, again, as we go into this holiday season, as we go into the new year, there's all signs of optimism in terms of the data.
Powell noted that there hasn't been a slowdown in consumer spending heading into the holiday season. Purdue University has fired head football coach Ryan Walters after 2 seasons and a 5-19 record. The move was announced Sunday, one day after Purdue lost to Indiana University, bringing the team to its worst single-season record in its history. Athletic Director Mike Bobinski said the school will conduct a thorough search process to bring aboard a new head coach. Michigan-based Phorecia Emissions Control Technologies USA will pay more than $101,000 in back wages and damages to 260 employees at its Fort Wayne location following an agreement with the U.S. Department of Labor. The vehicle exhaust systems manufacturer was accused of shortchanging overtime wages for the workers. The department's Wage and Hour Division found that the company violated the Fair Labor Standards Act by failing to include hourly shift differentials into employees' regular rate of pay when calculating overtime, maintain accurate payroll records to reflect the correct overtime pay for non-exempt employees, and display any federal labor posters. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
The Marion Superior Court has ordered the Marion County Prosecutor's Office to return money it seized earlier this year at the Indianapolis FedEx Hub to a California-based family jewelry business.
In April, business owners Henry and Min Chang had a customer send them over $42,000 cash as a payment to their small wholesale jewelry business. That parcel never arrived because Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officers seized it. The Changs started their jewelry business about 30 years ago. They travel across the country serving retail shops. The couple resides in California and say they have never been to the Hoosier State. A Virginia retailer shipped the money using FedEx, and the parcel was routed through the Indianapolis FedEx Hub, the second largest FedEx hub in the U.S. There, a police officer seized the package and presented it to a canine. The dog alerted, allowing the police to get a warrant to open the parcel. After an officer found cash in the parcel, the Marion County Prosecutor's Office filed a civil forfeiture action to keep the money. As with other civil forfeiture cases originating from the FedEx facility, the prosecutors allege that the cash was proceeds of a, quote, violation of criminal statute. Marion County Judge Ann Flannelly ordered the money be returned by check earlier this month to Henry's attorney, Aaron Williamson, who did not immediately respond to a request for comment from our partners at the Indiana Lawyer. Institute for Justice attorney Marie Miller said, quote, Indiana had no basis to forfeit the Chang's money, and so it's only right that the government has agreed to return it. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A Harvard Medical School professor who leads the pediatric nutrition department at Massachusetts General Hospital has been appointed the Chief Science and Medical Officer at Mead Johnson Nutrition. Alessio Fasano will lead science efforts and innovation for the Evansville-based infant formula maker in the newly created position, according to parent company Reckitt. Fasano is a pediatrics professor at Harvard Medical School and a professor of nutrition at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. He is also the chief of pediatric gastroenterology and nutrition at Massachusetts General in Boston and the director of its Mucosal Immunology and Biology Research Center. Girl Scouts of Central Indiana CEO Danielle Shockey is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.